Day baseball from Fenway Park as the Red Sox wrap up the homestand against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Sox can sweep and later today fly to Houston for a 4-game series against the defending world champs. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy, and also Jemai Webster in just a couple of moments. So much has gone right for the Red Sox here so far in the first 2 months, Jerry. 38-17, best record in baseball. And one of the really bright stars has been Joe Kelly.
Oh, Joe Kelly's been so good for the Red Sox this season. It's incredible. And last night was a great example. He comes into a closing ball game right here, and he's got a couple of men into scoring position. 3 pitches it took him to get Kevin Pillar. First the fastball, then the curveball, and then the changeup. And the changeup has been unbelievable for him so far this season. You look at his numbers since April 1st, and they're off the charts. In 25 2/3 innings, look at the ERA, 0.35, only 10 hits allowed and 6 walks, and opponents hitting 119. I mean, he has really found his niche out there as the setup guy for the Red Sox, and you can't get any better. I think the big difference with Joe this year is he's mixing up all his pitches, and he's found confidence in that changeup. He's made some people look silly with 2 strikes on the changeup.
That was a filthy pitch last night.
It was.
Big strikeout pitch. It's Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound today in the finale. Red Sox going for the sweep of Toronto. Boston 9-1 in his start so far in 2018, and then it is off to Houston. Sox and the Blue Jays coming up in a moment. Website for deals, buyatoyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and a Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By your local New England Ford dealers. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Real nice day here at the ballpark. Temperature in the upper 60s. It is getaway day for the Red Sox, heading on to Houston for 4 games there, and then back home for another week. So a lot of home games in a pretty short period of time. Red Sox with a 2-game advantage over the Yankees, who won in extra innings last night. They were losing most of the evening. They rallied late to win in 10. Eduardo Rodriguez on the hill today. He defeated Toronto up there in Canada on April 25th, 4-3. Pitched very well, 6 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. Red Sox winning again, mainly through the strength of the bats. The pitching was very solid, but 8 more runs last night. So the Sox have now taken over the Major League scoring lead. As the left-hander, 5-1, an ERA of 4.02, takes the Red Sox out onto the diamond today. And here's a look at the starting lineup he'll face for Toronto. It'll be Teoscar Hernandez to lead things off. Kevin Pillar in center. Yangervis Solarte is the shortstop with Justin Smoke at first base. Kendrys Morales, the designated hitter. Devin Travis at second. Curtis Granderson is in left. They bat him 7th today. Maile doing the catching. And Gio Urshela is at third base and the number 9 hitter. against Rodriguez. Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. 2-3 lifetime against Toronto.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 5th in the American League with 27 errors on the season. Rafael Devers will be at third base, and Bogart's the shortstop. Brock Holt at second, and Blake Swihart gets a start at first base. Left to right, J.D. Martinez, Andrew Benintendi, and Jackie Bradley Jr., and Christian Vasquez doing the catching for Rodriguez.
The umps today brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Jerry Lane has the plate. Visconti at first, Baker at second, and Carapazza at third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
And the weather delightful, 68 degrees. I'd say that's mostly sunny to me.
Yeah, it's not partly cloudy at all. There's clouds, but not many.
Drenched in sunshine here as Hernandez will get in against the lefty. Blake Swihart at first base today. Brock Holt at second. And Hernandez at 247. Pretty good power. He's hit 7 home runs. That is in it for a strike, and we're underway. Pilar on deck. Hernandez is going to get a World Series ring. He was with Houston for a period of last year through the trade deadline. 25-year-old from the Dominican Republic.
Now Rodriguez working on a 2-game win streak. Wins against Baltimore and Atlanta last time out.
Two quick strikes on the leadoff man, who is 1 for 5 against Rodriguez in his career. Make it 1 for 6. Down swinging on the fastball. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance.
Well, Christian Vasquez called for the fastball upstairs. That's exactly where Rodriguez gets it, and they get the strikeout on 3 pitches.
Here's Pilar at 271 with 4 home runs. 5 out of 18 against Eduardo in his career. He's having a solid year. We'll talk about rings. Alex Cora is going to get his World Series ring from the Houston Astros tomorrow. And Jemai will have more on that story coming up in a little bit. Talked to Alex about that a couple of days ago. He is very excited about it. It's not a daily occurrence. It's a big deal. He's thrilled to be getting it. And he said he will show it off to the ball club. He knows everyone's going to ask about it. Incentive. Here's the 0-2 to Pilar. Fly toward right center, but an easy play for Bradley coming in. 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah.
Craig Bjornson also will get a World Series ring, the bullpen coach, so you know he's thrilled.
CB.
Solarte now 257 with 11 homers. Does have 1 in his career against Rodriguez. He's 1 for 3 off him. A lot of kids in the stands here for the afternoon tilt, particularly out there in the bleachers.
Yeah, some of those kids at the bleachers been there since about 10 o'clock this morning. They've been waiting for this game for a long time.
And chanting away out there. When we got to the ballpark about 10 o'clock, they were already at it. Here comes the 0-1 to Solarte. Pokes a liner and caught by Brock Holt, and a nice quick start for Rodriguez. He gets him 1-2-3. Here's the Red Sox lineup today, brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Benintendi to lead it. Then Bogaerts, JD Martinez, and Rafael Devers. Nunez is in the 5-hole. He's the designated hitter. Holtz, Swihart, Vasquez, and Bradley. Sam Gaviglio, the right-hander. First pitch fouled back. He's 2-0 with a 2.30 ERA. This is his first career start against the Red Sox, although they have seen him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, seen him out of the bullpen a couple of times. He's made 2 starts so far this season. Last time out, got a win against the Phillies.
He works quick. He's got 4 pitches for strikes, a roller and a fair ball scooped up by Smoke and 1 away.
Let's take a look at the Blue Jays defense. They're 12th in the league with 36 errors on the season. Urshela at third base, Solarte the shortstop, Travis at second, and Justin Smoke the first baseman. Left to right, Curtis Granderson, Kevin Pillar, and Teoscar Hernandez, and Luke Maile doing the catching for Gaviglio.
Bogaerts 283, blasted his 8th home run last night on the Lansdowne. He crushed it. He reached base the season high 3 times. And the first one for a ball. Back to last night.
They got a pitch that was up and in. It was supposed to be away. It stayed up and inside, and he just cleaned it out. A lot of his home runs at Fenway have gone over everything out there.
Yeah, and many of them right over that AAA sign.
Yes. Down
the left field line. The scouting report should say don't go there on Bogaerts. Up and in like that, when he turns on it, it's gone.
Well, they tried not to go there. They tried to go away, but that's not exactly where the ball ended up.
Ended up on the street. Martinez on deck. Gaviglio with a 2-1. Hammered toward third on a friendly bounce for Urshela. 2-away.
Yeah, if he's on, he should get a lot of ground balls. He's sink a ball type pitcher, gets 2 ground balls to start off the game and a couple of quick outs for the Red Sox.
Well, they'll set up Martinez hitting .323, 17 home runs, 45 RBIs. Batting out of the 3 spot. Devers is the cleanup man today. Reworked lineup. Mookie Betts still out of the lineup for another day. Red Sox feel good about getting him in there for game 1 against Houston. Said the tightness in the side from a batting practice session. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. JD Martinez, his career at Fenway, .370. Slugging .724. It leads active hitters at Fenway Park, so it's been a good fit.
Slightly shading him to the opposite field is Pillar in center field. Everybody else pretty much straight up.
He lays off, and that's in there for a strike. JD doubled twice, drove in a run last night. He's now tied with Manny Machado for the Major League RBI lead. Devers on deck. No score in the first. Solarte will gobble that up, and the Red Sox go quietly in the first inning. Park Casino donates $777 to the Relay for Life of North Attleboro. Justin Smoak to lead things off in the second inning.
Oh, no. God damn it.
Jerry Lane gets drilled. And none too happy about it.
Just a fastball here that deflects off the glove and off the knee of Jerry Lane.
Gosh darn it, he said.
Yeah, he did.
The 1-0 to Smoak. It was really handled lefties to the tune of 333. Eight home runs for the year. He's well off last year's pace when he hit 38.
Good change up there by Erod, keeping it down and just a little bit out of the strike zone, but chased by Smoak. Back-to-back changeups for him here.
Morales on deck. And time granted. One, two. Routine play for Xander Bogaerts, who gathers and gets him. You saw Smoak holding up Erod there for a second and was granted on timeout by Jerry Lane. I think one of the things that happened last night, and it didn't really amount to a whole lot. Rick Porcello hit three guys with pitches, and then Brock Holt was hit by a pitch. So it's like, okay, that evened everything out. Nothing happened after that, no bench clearing or anything like that. But before Russell Martin was drilled, he asked for time and did it pretty late, was granted by the umpire, and then he said he patted his own chest and he was like, my bad, toward Rick Porcello. I'm not sure Rick Porcello ever saw that.
No, he did.
So he was spinning around, so he missed that part of it. And down he went. He was glaring back at the pitcher before taking his base. That's in there for a strike on Morales.
Yeah, basically what Martin was saying was that's pretty weak, you know, and I think, you know, Porcello gets in such a rhythm that he hates to be stopped. Now, we don't know if that was intentional or not, but it certainly did look that way.
0-2, fouled back. But I think had he seen the gesture by Martin.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he would have done, you know, anything. Maybe he was just trying to come inside. After all, when you ask pitchers after the game,
just trying to get in,
trying to get the ball inside.
That's what I do. I need the inside part of the plate, and everyone gets a good laugh out of it. The 0-2. Morales with a couple of hits last night as the Red Sox took the first two games of the series. So they've won another series, now looking for the sweep here today. Devin Travis up next. Josh Donaldson's missed the last couple of games as a starter anyway because of tightness in a calf. So they have missed his bat. 2-2. Another play for Bogaerts from the outfield grass. Gets him. 2 down.
Nice backhanded play by Xander Bogaerts, and he gets the plant on that outfield grass right there. Takes a couple of crow hop steps and throws a strike over to Blake Swihart today at first base. Strange to say that, but he's been working out there over the last week to 10 days, and with Moreland out of the lineup today, giving him a day off and a little banged up after an incident last night, Swihart gets a start.
Pretty wild play there over at first base, fouled away by Travis.
You know, I saw Moreland go down last night, but I didn't know exactly how he went down or why he went down. And he was just trying to spin out of the way of Curtis Granderson,
who is on deck. No score in the second. Base is empty. Rodriguez trying to go 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row.
The play last night, very strange play as the ball is played by Pedroia. The throw is a little off target to Porcello covering first base. Now
Right there, you see Moreland trying to get out of the way of Granderson. He goes down and a little sore on the side today. But he was scheduled for a day off anyway.
I thought a tough error on Rick Porcello. But that has not been changed since last night.
He was on a full sprint going in that direction, and the throw really had to be perfect to lead him to the bag.
Travis only hitting a $185. And he'll lay off high and wide.
That's a very difficult play when you're in that shift like that and the second baseman's out in the outfield grass and you're trying to lead the pitcher to the first base bag. You know, that's not easy.
And Mitch Moreland just cooking. He's hit safely in 15 out of 17. Resting at the outset. 2-2. Little floater. Charging in Martinez. He is there to put that away. It's another fast one for Erod. Bottom two on a sunny day, no score. Red Sox and Toronto. It'll be Devers to lead things off, the cleanup man today. And he's got a little 3-game hitting streak going. 1 for 4 last night. Nunez and Holt will follow. Eduardo Nunez is the designated hitter today. So different looking lineup for the Sox with Dustin Pedroia resting and Mookie Betts out of the lineup.
Yeah, Pedroia playing last night. There was little chance he was going to play night game, day game. You see the shift on the right side of the infield for Rafael Devers,
who's been going to left more frequently. That bounces up there.
Notice how they put blue circles around the blue tops of the Blue Jays. It's pretty impressive.
You're digging those circles, aren't you?
Yeah, we had red ones last night, but blue today.
1-2 from the righty. And that is going to be in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. So Devers becomes the first strikeout victim today.
Tomorrow at 7, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Eck, and Steve will preview the upcoming series against the defending champion Houston Astros.
Eduardo last night with a single. Sits safely in 21 of his last 26 games. Brock Holt on deck. Now Gaviglio, a guy who works at a very quick pace, excellent tempo.
Now, basically sinker, slider, changeup type pitcher.
Started Oregon State prior to Toronto. It's coming off a 4-3 win over the Chicago White Sox. 5 innings, 7 hits. Here's the 2-0.
Oh, good movement on that two-seam fastball that kind of dipped out of the strike zone to Nunez.
And the 2-1. Breaking ball hammered high down the line, hooked into the corner, but a foul ball off the facade. Got a slider and he turned on it. 2-2. One out, bases clean. Now, how about the scheduling tonight in New York? The Astros are playing a night game against the Yankees.
I was shocked to see that. I thought for sure there'd be a day game there this afternoon.
Yeah, didn't even think twice about that, and yet they're going to play tonight and then fly all the way to Houston. On the charge, Solarte one-hands it, throws and gets him. He's made some very smooth plays in this series. 2 down.
Now, one thing you do know, when you have a sinker ball pitcher on the mound as an infielder, you're going to be busy. You're on your toes all day because if he's on, he's going to keep all his infielders busy, and so far they have been. 4 ground ball outs so far in the game, plus the strikeout.
Brock Holt to step up at 329 with a homer. Brock single last night. He was also hit by a pitch, which he knew was coming. As he will take a strike. And when he got to first base, he was all grins because he anticipated he might get hit. Got hit right in the wallet. Got jammed there and a 2-hopper to Smoke, and that's going to be a quick inning again. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Force you to sit out. Make sure you visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. Well, Rodriguez very sharp early. 6 up, 6 down. He gets the bottom third now. Granderson, Maile, and Urshela. Granderson at 242 with 4 home runs. And he's long been one of the classiest players in baseball.
Even with the left-handed pitcher, they still shift in the infield on Granderson. Brock Holt way back on the outfield grass.
And we're back to red circles. Here comes the 1-1.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Red Sox in the field, red. Blue Jays, blue. I mean,
yeah, it's a real talent for major league players to stay inside those things. It takes years of practice. 1-2. And that is going to get him. He strikes out looking. Second K in the book for Rodriguez.
That cut fastball from Erod this time, surprising Granderson. He thought it was going to be a straight fastball inside. Instead, it's got the cut on it and right down the heart of the plate.
Luke Maile, the catcher, batting .267 with a pair of home runs. One of them a walk-off shot against the Red Sox in extra innings in Toronto. One of just 17 Red Sox defeats against 38 wins. First time this season the Sox have been 21 over 500. Boston's won 8 of the last 10.
I tell you what, right now he is all over that strike zone, isn't he?
Sure is. One man out. Foul tipped into the mid. Down he goes quickly, and that was on 3 pitches.
Exactly what they wanted again. They wanted to go high with the fastball. That's exactly what the Rodriguez does, and he picks up the strikeout on a foul tip. Right into the webbing of the glove of Christian Vasquez.
Well, every time a Red Sox pitcher fans a Blue Jay, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Urshela at third today, hitting just $148 with 1 home run. Yeah, he's dealing. 94-95 with that fastball. He's thrown 31 pitches, 25 strikes. 0-1. Now, many of the scouts talk about pure stuff with Rodriguez and put him at the top of the charts on the Red Sox staff. A lot of guys who have a lot of good stuff. The 1-1.
Got that good changeup going for him too so far early in this ball game. Changeup at about 89 miles an hour, 88, 89, that vicinity. There's the changeup right here inside, just topped by Urshela.
Trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning with 3 Ks.
It's going back to the changeup.
Urshela has only seen him twice. He's 0 for 2. And the 2-2 coming. On the ground is Xander Bogaerts. He's been a busy guy. He gets him in order. Globe joining us in the booth. Always great to see him as the bat goes flying out of the hand of Blake Swihart, who leads off the inning. 0-0 ball game. Alex, the Red Sox getting ready to take off for Houston and a key series. Obviously 4 games of the defending world champ. It's got a lot of cool stuff around it because you've got an outstanding offense, 2 outstanding offenses, but Houston pitching better than anybody.
It's really striking because last year when the Red Sox and Astros got together in the ALDS, the strength of the Red Sox was their pitching, but they have been scrapping for runs.
That'll be a base hit up the middle as Swihart lunges out to get one. The first knock today.
And meanwhile, the Astros had this reputation as being this top-to-bottom lineup juggernaut. Well, the script just kind of flipped this year, where you're seeing the Astros dominating with their starting pitching, particularly with the addition for a full season of Justin Verlander, and now in the offseason, Garrett Cole. They've been outrageously good from 1 through 5. And then the Red Sox now have really what's been an elite 1 through 9 lineup in which you're starting to see production from the bottom of the order now with guys like Vasquez and especially Sandy Leon and Jackie Bradley Jr. looking a little better at the plate. Andrew Benintendi starting to surge, and so now the Red Sox look like they have this a lineup that on any given day at any given moment can explode. So it is a really interesting series between 2 teams very familiar with each other but very different than they were last October.
Do you feel like Houston, the Red Sox, the Yankees, they have separated from the rest of the American League in a big way?
I thought they had entering the season in many respects. I wasn't going to be shocked if all 3 of those teams hit 100 wins, and I still wouldn't be shocked by that. I mean, you look at the Red Sox pace. I think they're on pace entering today for 112 wins, and you're looking at other teams in New York and Houston who are both on pace to hit triple digits in victories. You are seeing a separation. Maybe it's because you have teams that are a number of teams in rebuilding mode. Maybe it's just that you have some teams that have really accumulated a lot around their very promising cores. But you are seeing a separation, a real gap opening between the best teams in baseball, and there's not a lot in the middle.
Vasquez hitting 194, no homers, 6 runs batted in. Red Sox with their first base runner today against Gaviglio. As Boston eyes a sweep here. And a runner goes. Little chopper to third base. Swihart was in motion. Vasquez out, down to second. Blake Swihart with 1 away.
Yeah, a little hit and run right there. These are the kind of pitches you put that play on with. The sinker ball pitches. So far he's shown you he's going to get a lot of ground balls, so you try to put plays on to stay out of double plays. This time Vasquez pulling the ball and Swihart able to make it into scoring position at second base.
I could be wrong about this, but just observing the last couple of games, it does feel like Alex Cora has been particularly inclined to use the hit and run more aggressively than we saw it the last couple of years.
Especially with Christian Vasquez. That's the main guy that he'll use it with.
Although he also used it yesterday with Pedroia at a time when they're trying to get him going a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get him a base hit, open up a hole for him.
I'm pretty sure that was after many conversations with one Jerry Remy inside the manager's office saying, hey, let's get going now with the hit and runs.
Well, I asked him in spring training, I said, how do you feel about that play? He said, I absolutely love it. But we didn't see a lot of them early in the season, but we are starting to see more of them now. And it depends on who's pitching, too. You've got to have a single ball pitcher out there.
And, of course, Alex Cora's career, he was a bat control guy, so he's able to relate to those guys and know their strengths really well.
Right.
Jackie Bradley still trying to get that batting average up to 200, but hitting 187. We've been seeing signs. He's been driving the ball better. He's been going to left and left center a little more frequently.
To me, what we've seen is since he eliminated the leg lift about a week and a half or so ago, he's been on time against fastballs repeatedly. So we've seen certainly his best swings since at least April and maybe of the season in recent days.
Now, I don't know how he could have avoided, feeling down. And Alex Cora said this just the other day. There's no question he was down. But Jackie also said, I didn't ever lose confidence in myself offensively or defensively.
He believed that there was a reason why he was struggling, that there was something that could be fixed, but it was a really hard thing to go through over the course of that stretch. I mean, you're talking about more than a month in which he just wasn't making solid contact and in which other teams were beating him straight up with fastballs, which you're in trouble as a hitter if you cannot put the bat on a fastball. But he's made the adjustment, got rid of the leg lift, and now you're seeing a guy like today's starter for the Blue Jays attacking him with breaking stuff. They're not attacking him with the same kind of fastball heavy diet that you saw the Orioles just take him apart with.
Plus he's shown a willingness to use the opposite field on occasion too, which is nice to see.
And that's when he's on time and when he's at his best. You've talked about it a lot. With the stillness of his mechanics, the less moving parts he has, the more it allows him to open up the entire field, and he's really good when he can go to left center here.
Well, Gaviglio throwing a lot of strikes, 29 pitches, 21 in the zone so far. Swihart at second. As we chat with Alex Spear. Back to that catch, though, the other day. I've heard seasoned writers over the last couple of days who covered a lot of baseball for decades and decades say it was one of like the top 3 or 4 catches they've ever seen.
It's incredible to be able to make a play like that, to know the dimensions of the park and to have an understanding of just so many different variables. The ball off the bat, who's at the plate, how it's going to carry, what the wind conditions are like in order to carry it to that specific part of the park, and then to know the geography of Fenway Park well enough to position yourself so that you can make the catch and not crash into the wall in a way that it'll jar it loose. He has been a master at studying Fenway's nuances.
He goes the other way here, driving back Granderson. He's going to play that off the green. Here comes Swihart. You know he can run, and he is in to score. Jackie Bradley going to left field again, right to Jerry's point, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. You know, since he's revamped this swing a little bit, you're seeing much more of that. And obviously, when you have a hitter who has the ability to use the whole field. Now, look at this ball. That ball is kind of middle in. But he's still inside outs it to the opposite field, and Fenway Park is the place to do that without a question, because guys that are strong enough to use that wall, it's a big advantage for them. We've seen Benintendi do it. We're seeing Bradley do it now. Swihart comes in with the run.
You hear it so often, the discussion of how left-handed hitters can just thrive in Fenway Park, because if you're able, essentially pop-ups in any other park are going to be banging off the wall for extra base hits. Benintendi seems to be learning it, as you point out, and Bradley obviously benefited from it there.
Now back to the catch the other night now, and he had to run 107 feet. 415 feet from the plate, and is back to home plate to haul that in. Just a remarkable play. It had a 91% probability of being a hit when it left the bat. Most of the time those are home runs anyway at that distance, 415 feet.
Yeah, you can imagine the frustration of a hitter who gets into a ball that well, and only to see it being an out, let alone not kept in the park. But Bradley has been prone to do that between Bradley, Betts, and Benintendi, who Benintendi's defense in left field has been really good the last couple of games. They've been frustrating a lot of hitters.
You know, it is incredibly frustrating for a hitter to know that you have an outfield like that with that kind of speed, because you feel like anything you hit they can track down.
There's a lot of discussion about how many hitters are trying to hit the ball in the air right now in baseball, and so because of that, there's been an even greater emphasis on the importance of outfield defense relative to infield defense. Fewer guys are hitting ground balls, so infield defense, in theory, you can mask infield defense a little bit better. Outfield defense is getting exposed a lot, but if you have an elite one, you're able to do a lot of things. Last year's run prevention for the Red Sox showed that.
Line shot, base hit. Pilar to charge it into third. Jackie Bradley will stop as it's cut off, and they're going to be on the corners here. Third hit in the inning.
See, he's been doing that too, Benintendi. He's been using center field, been using left field, pulling the ball when he gets a chance, and his average has just skyrocketed while he's been doing this. This ball up the middle gets the fastball, a little breaking ball, I'm sorry, a slider right there, and takes it right back up the middle for the base hit. A good charge put on it by Pilar, so they can't really take a chance on sending Bradley from second base.
It's interesting because as an amateur, before the Red Sox drafted Benintendi, he came with a reputation of being a guy who did have the ability to use the whole field really well. An elite hitter with great hands who was going to be able to shoot the ball some to left field and to center field. The Red Sox saw him as a pure top-of-the-order type bat. In pro ball, he's been more of a pull hitter. Most of his power has come to the pull side. But this year, I feel like, especially at Fenway, we are seeing that recognition on his part that he can really start to take advantage of driving the ball the opposite field or up the middle and become a real, a pretty significant run-scoring force for them.
Now, I don't know if you agree, Alex, but I've always said that Fenway Park was built for a left-handed hitter, because by thinking about going the opposite field, all your mechanics are right. You're keeping your shoulder on the ball, you're keeping your head on the ball, and you're driving the ball, you know, the way you're supposed to. You know, you see a lot of right-handers come in here, start pulling off the baseball as they try to take advantage of the short, you know, left field wall.
The pitch recognition can be great if you have that mentality as a left-handed hitter of using the left field wall. You see some great strikeout to walk ratios from left-handed hitters for that reason.
Benintendi taking off, throw down, and safe. Jackie Bradley holding at third.
9 for 9 this year for Benintendi in stolen bases. And Red Sox showing that they're going to be active today on the base pass. So we've seen the hit and run. We see a stolen base. Anything to stay out of double plays. The head first slide into second by Benintendi. Not really that close at all.
Well, Toronto
disagrees with me.
Thinking about maybe challenging. We'll see if John Gibbons elects to do it.
I think you get the hand. They are going to look at it. So wait a minute. We'll see how wrong I am.
His perfect record is on the line here.
Yeah. I thought he got his hand in before the tag. We'll take another look from a different angle. I think he's safe. I think the left hand got in, the left fingers got in before the tag was up around the elbow.
Jordan Baker, the umpire there, got a great look at it. And now they will look in New York. Ruled safe, a stolen base.
It is interesting to take stock of Benintendi's overall record as a base runner because he was subject to a lot of criticism last year. Deservedly so in some instances because he ran into a ton of outs. That's a young player who's in his first full big league season, trying to make sense of when he can be aggressive, when he has to pull back a little bit. Someone who didn't have much time in the minor leagues.
They're going to call him out.
What?
So Benintendi caught stealing by Maile, who was the first guy who said, look at it.
I'm not buying it.
So Benintendi will trudge off the diamond. First time this year caught.
I'm still not buying it. I still say the hand was in there first. So I refuse to be wrong.
Bradley at third. So now 2 down. Bogaerts 0 for 1. He is grounded to third base. Batting out of the 2 slot here today, J.D. Martinez on deck as we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe.
You know, you think about replay, how many arguments that has stopped in baseball. It's incredible. I mean, we hardly ever see an argument with an umpire anymore.
And man, do I miss them.
I miss some
really
of them.
do.
I miss some of them.
I mean, some of them are great television.
Some of them were absolutely horrible.
Yeah. But there were some beauties. The 0-2. And I'm going back many years, obviously, to Earl Weaver and Tommy Lasorda, guys like that.
Classics.
Piniella.
Yeah. Piniella.
I'll tell you a story later about Ralph Houk that it was just incredible, and the umpire didn't even know what to do. He didn't know what to do.
Sox in front 1-0 on Jackie Bradley's RBI double, and fouled away by Xander Bogaerts.
John Gibbons is someone who's gotten his money's worth through the years with the Blue Jays dugout. But
yeah,
you know, think about poor Alex Cora. He's never had an opportunity in the big seat to be able to absolutely have a throw a nutty.
To lose it, yeah.
You got to get your show down. You got to get your rack down, you know, and you got to know exactly what direction you're going in. And then you got to pace yourself because you can become out of breath in a hurry and feel like you're going to have a heart attack out there.
We saw Terry Francona get into trouble a couple of times.
Yeah.
High blood pressure when he lost it on more than one occasion. The 1-2. That skips away. Here comes Jackie Bradley trying to score. Underhand toss, and he is safe. He got in there.
I'm not even going to say if they should replay this.
Jackie Bradley got the hand in there. Jerry Lane was right there at home plate. Right now, 2-0 Red Sox.
They're trying to hold it up for a second to see if they're going to look at it. Let's take another look at it. Head first slide by Bradley. Where is the tag? Ooh. Hey, I'm not saying anything. I think he was out. Tag's there, right?
And guess what? They're going to go look at it again.
Yeah. Now it's a tag. The tag got his. I think the tag got his thumb.
Yeah, you could see the laces move.
Yeah, but you know, I'm staying out of this one because I'm already having a bad day.
Even just seeing the possibility of that thumb grazing the glove, though, it reminds you of Bradley last season, last August, where he ended up having the thumb ligament injury, and how much that sabotaged his season down the stretch, because he had been on a great stretch from mid-May until late August before he had that thumb injury on the slide.
Got a feeling this one's coming back. Yes, he is out at home. That's a pretty good inning there from Gibbons, huh?
Yeah, 2 for 2.
He did all right. Big smile on his face. That's out number 3. Alex, thanks so much.
Good to see you guys.
Red Sox leading 1-0. Down to the 4th inning. Red Sox hating replay review right about now.
Yeah, that was 2 for 2 for John Gibbons.
Sox losing a man at second and at home plate. Originally ruled safe and overturned as outs. Jackie Bradley at the dish.
I agree with the one at home plate. I disagree with the one at second base.
Hernandez leading off here. He's 0 for 1 with a whiff. He'll be followed by Pilar and Solarte. Sox in front 1-0. They have all 3 hits in the game. Rodriguez real sharp here right away, and he deals a strike. He's had a good change.
Yeah, real good with the changeup in the early going. Good locations with it. Down and away from those right-handers.
And a 1-2 to Hernandez. Just got a piece of it.
Another changeup back to back. This one a little bit farther outside. And it makes Hernandez chase it and foul it off.
Now 77% of his pitches have been strikes. And there's another one to put away Hernandez for the second time. 1 man gone. Let's get out of Jemai.
Well, Dave, it's a big goal for Red Sox manager Alex Cora to bring a World Series here to the city of Boston. But as his team gets ready to go down to Houston for a 4-game series, he and bullpen coach Craig Bjornson will be receiving the one that they won last year with the Astros. Alex said it'll be a cool experience to get it. It was an amazing ride, and he has plans to take his World Series jersey down there, get it signed by members of that team. He was asked if it'd be something that he'd hang in his office. He said his players probably wouldn't like that. They'd say, come on, it's time to cut the cord. But he wanted everybody to know the ceremony will be starting at 6:47 p.m. promptly.
He also said, Jemai, and I know you know this as well, that he plans to show that ring around to the Red Sox clubhouse because there are plenty of guys in there who've never had one of those. And he knows it'll be an incentive, an added incentive, particularly for some of the younger guys who've never appeared in postseason play. So he's looking forward to that very much. He still talks to A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Astros, 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He wanted to use it as an incentive for some of his young players because it gives them a barometer to look to because they realize that somebody did it inside this clubhouse and it can be done with the type of team that they have this year.
And it's nice to show those things off, too. They are gorgeous. Solarte 0 for 1. He's lined to second base. Rodriguez beginning his day by setting down 11 in a row. Sox in front 1-0. He is 1 for 4 with a home run against Eduardo.
Now I was talking about a story about Ralph Hogg, managers arguing with umpires, and we had a classic here one day at Fenway. Actually, it was a night game, and Hogg had this routine that he would go through every single time he'd argue with the manager. It was the same thing: kick the dirt, kick the hat, the whole works.
2-1. Rattled a very busy Xander Bogaerts on the backhand, and we'll get to that note when we return. It's a 1-0 Red Sox lead. ...2018 Red Sox group outings, perfect for entertaining clients, boosting employee morale, and more. Visit redsox.com/groups for more information. It is None Day here at Fenway. Celebrating nuns. Xander Bogaerts was at home plate in the final out last inning, so he'll resume an at bat. He is 0 for 1. He has grounded to third. Then it's Martinez and Devers. 0-1 on Bogey.
Getting back to that story, which I started ridiculously with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Houck used to go through the same routine. It was like he practiced it. So one day we're playing here at Fenway. It was a night game. Man had steals second base, calls safe. I thought he was out, so I started to have a couple of words with Richie Garcia, was the umpire at second base. So here comes Houck out of the dugout, and he comes out and he starts his routine, but nothing's coming out of his mouth. He's not saying a word. He's just going through the whole routine. So Garcia looks at him. And he said, he's going, when is this guy going to say something so I can throw him out? And he never said a word. He just, he starts with the hat and he throws the hat down and he kicks the dirt and he does all this stuff. So he comes up to me and goes, Jerry, he says, what am I supposed to do with this guy? I says, for Christ's sakes. I said, throw him out of the game. He says, he doesn't want to be here. I says, let's get playing baseball. Throw him out. So he did. He finally threw him out of the game, and that was it. But nothing was coming out of his mouth.
Little nudge from you.
Yeah. So let's play ball. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock watching this show.
Wasted time. Well, there have been some all-timers. I mean, and Alex came in and mentioned Piniella. A lot of managers have done it. But when Piniella just buried home plate in a mound of dirt, it was one of the great sights ever.
How about when he threw third base?
Which picked up the bases. And Tommy Lasorda.
Weaver used to have some dandies.
JD 0 for 1 in this one. He has grounded to short. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. Yeah, that is definitely missing because of replay review. I think it's some of the added color in baseball. The crowds get into it.
Well, sometimes managers used to use that as a motivational tool, like he really cared about his team. And, he wanted the team to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were many games where I saw Dick Williams get thrown out for no reason at all.
Just to get his club amped up.
Yeah.
Some adrenaline. 1-2. Well, there's a big brouhaha over Rizzo of the Cubs cleaning out the Pirate catcher the other day in a double play. Of course, you're not supposed to be able to touch the catchers. Collisions are supposed to be a thing of the past. They do still happen on occasion, but this was a little bit different. Both teams really got into it. Swung on and missed strike 3. So Martinez fans 2-away. And we'll send up Devers. He struck out looking in the second inning.
Saturday in an all-new Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie and his wife Angela head to Fort Collins, Colorado, where they check out local margaritas and 80s-themed pizza joint. Don't miss an all-new Charlie Moore Outdoors Saturday morning at 12:30 after NESN Sports Today. Now, wait a minute.
Did he find his bags?
Apparently not, because he's going to Margaritas.
Little dribbler and a pitcher with a stumble, but he'll get it on there to the bag for the out. I'm glad to see he finally made it. And Devers not a happy camper. Red Sox go 1-2-3. On to the fifth. Red Sox leading Toronto 1-0. No base runners yet for the Blue Jays today. Smoke, Morales, Travis against Rodriguez. All to see him for the second time. Smoke is 0 for 1 with a tapper to short. And Holt will be up and over in plenty of time for the out.
That changeup really doing some good work for Rodriguez early in this ball game. That was a changeup again. Little tap to second base for the out. Perfect location, down and away from Smoke.
With a lot of ground balls. They're hammering them into the deck. Here's Morales. He is grounded to short. Morales has been a DH most of his career, but he actually pitched in a game about 10 days ago against Oakland. A hitless 9th inning. Became the 11th different position player in club history to do it. He's had a cool start, hitting 192. Although absolutely robbed of an extra base hit by Jackie Bradley the other day in center field. It was a double, perhaps even a triple for him if it took a funny bounce. And the 1-1. So Red Sox about to take on the Astros in Houston for 4 games. Pomeranz will go on Thursday night at 8:10 against Lance McCullers. Chris Sale on Friday against Garrett Cole. That should be a dandy. Both of those guys with ERAs in the 2s. David Price on Saturday. Rick Porcello on Sunday against Verlander and Morton. You'll see some pitching in that series on both sides. Houston with the lowest staff ERA in the game by quite a bit. Here's the 3-1. He went for the downs and fouled it away.
First 2 games on NESN tomorrow and Friday, and the national TV on Saturday and Sunday. Pomeranz, Sale, Price, and Porcello for the Red Sox. Look at Verlander's ERA, 1.11.
He just went into Yankee Stadium and tossed a gem, 3-2. Will tapper along third. That's going to roll foul. Now he's pitched against the Yankees. He's tossed some great games against New York, and afterwards he was a little disappointed, talking about Verlander, that he didn't get hooted at too bad when he left. He was like, I was really looking forward to that.
Well, that's part of the fun of playing in New York.
Yeah,
as a visitor.
It's like, what's going on? I have a pretty good resume against these guys. He did it again. He's like, yeah, they were a little laid back. He wasn't thrilled with it. So Morales back to the dish. Red Sox ahead here 1-0 in the 5th inning. On a beautiful day. And Rodriguez with a 3-2 to Kendrys Morales. And up the middle for a base hit. So he becomes the first man to reach today against Eduardo Rodriguez. A solid single.
Yeah, that was on the changeup too, right there, to pick up the base hit. So Morales came into the game a .263 hitter with a home run against Rodriguez. He picks up the base hit here, first of the day, as Dave mentioned.
And it'll send up Devin Travis, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1, a fly to left. Hitting just 195. He pops it off first base. Swihart ranging over, but it's off into the boxes. Sox are 14-4 in day games. And at Fenway in the daytime, 10-2. And they've played a lot of day baseball on this homestand. This is the 4th 1 o'clock game for the Sox on the homestand. One strike on Travis. A changeup again. That's been a deadly pitch.
Well, he's not afraid to throw it either. I mean, he feels it today, and he just continues to throw one after another. A little movement on that one, dipping down and away.
Sox are 9-1 when the left-hander starts. Here's the 0-2.
Been doing that too to a number of hitters, especially Hernandez, the leadoff hitter, getting ahead with the changeup and putting away with the fastball upstairs.
Granderson up next. And 1-2. I mentioned the note before on Eduardo Rodriguez, but when he goes at least 6 innings, he is 21-3 in his career with a .220 earned run average. Last time out and the time before that, he just missed that 5 2/3, although he won both of those games. And 1-2. Sox got the only run in the 3rd inning on a Jackie Bradley double that drove in Blake Swihart, who had singled. Sox have had a man erased at home plate on a replay review that took away the score. Jackie Bradley was out at home. 2-2, and he ran it just inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Didn't miss by very much. Up and in just a hair on the fastball from Rodriguez.
So the count is full. Morales quite slow as the runner at first, and the 3-2 runner goes, and that's in there. Here's the throw down, had it waiting, and he is tagged out, and that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Time now to turn it over to TC and Steve for the mid-5th studio show. Major League Baseball. The all-new Subaru Ascent featuring all-wheel drive and 3 rows of seats. Love is now bigger than ever this spring. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien with it. It is 1-0 Boston midway through. Let's get out to Jemai.
Hey, thanks a lot, Dave. You guys mentioned it. It's Nun Day here at Fenway Park, so I had to come down to the grandstands between 7 and 8 and find the entire group of nuns here. Here with Sister Margaret, who is speaking for the group. And Sister Margaret, you've been a Red Sox fan for a long time, right?
A very long time. At this point, I've lived in Boston more than I've lived anywhere else. So I've become a really good, really avid Red Sox fan. Absolutely.
Now, they've got the best team in baseball. They're the best record in baseball right now. I'm not sure if the big man upstairs is a fan of a particular team, but I'm sure that you guys' prayers, they're probably have been going through pretty well.
Oh, of course. I think that is key. Prayers. Everybody could use some extra prayers, right? And so prayers for the home team. They can always count on that.
Now, you and I.
That's a home run by Eduardo Nunez. It's also one that Toronto may want to look at because the fan caught it. Did he go over the red line? As the run comes in to score, Red Sox have already had one run taken away at home plate.
Yeah, watch the fan over the come over the green monster and get his hands on it. Now the question is, would it have been on the shelf? Yes, I believe it would have been. He did not reach over the wall. He was on the shelf when he made the catch. So I think that's going to go as a home run.
I would agree. That's a crew chief review.
This is the best look at it right here, Dave.
Yeah, that's over the line.
Yeah.
And therefore gone. Should be the 4th home run of the season for Nunez, and would give the Red Sox a 3-0 lead, assuming it is upheld. This will take all of 5 seconds. That's a home run. And the Red Sox with a solo shot by Nunez. Now with a 2-0 lead. Make it 2-0 on the home run. And Brock Holt will be the batter. Speedway donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer long, stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. So the solo shot, 2-0 Boston. And Brock Holt 0 for 1. He's grounded out to first. Will climb in again. Brock hitting .325 with a home run. Let's go back to Jemai.
Well, a little divine intervention there, Sister Margaret. Home run by Eduardo Nunez.
Exactly. Point made. Prayers. Prayers for the players on the home team, always.
Now, you and I were discussing the amazing catch made by Jackie Bradley Jr. in the outfield. That catch probably took a little assistance as well.
It's just amazing athleticism. It was just so incredible to see that catch made. It was like, I can't even imagine, skipping rope now. And so to see somebody to make that catch is absolutely amazing.
Now, Nunn Day at Fenway Park. This is a yearly occurrence for you guys. How much do you look forward to it?
Oh, we always look forward to it. We wait for it to happen. So it's always a great time to come out to Fenway Park. And with all the other sisters in Boston, everybody works so hard for the local people here in Boston. So be able to come for this wonderful day, special occasion, cheering for the home team, it's always great.
All right, Sister Margaret, thank you for the time. I'll let you guys get back to enjoying a little baseball.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Jerry, OB, back up to you. Sister Barbara Collins, who's a big fan of you both. She said she prays for you every night.
Oh, well, we need all the help we can get. Thanks, Jemai. I appreciate that very much. I love that little divine intervention on the home run by Nunez to make it 2-0. Swihart with a base hit his first time up. He scored the first run. Sox have out hit Toronto 4-1 on the day. John Gibbons, the manager for the Blue Jays, has kept the umpires very busy on review. But there's no question about the home run by Nunez. It got over that red line and therefore gone. Gaviglio starting against the Red Sox for the first time in his career. And deals the 2-0 to Swihart. In on the hands.
And Blake got a base hit back in the 3rd inning, and that was on a fastball. Count in his favor here, 2 balls and 1 strike.
On Sunday, Blake got his first start in left field in 2 years. Playing in his 20th game this year. Been in left field, he's been at first base, and he's caught a couple of times. Here comes the 2-1. That one disappeared.
Slider that time for the swing and miss. Shift on the right side for Swihart.
Vasquez on deck and a run in on the homer by Nunez, the 2-2. Check swing, little chopper that's going to roll into the grass and just die there. So Swihart is 2 for 2 today.
Well, looks like a line drive in a newspaper the next day, doesn't it? Little check swing right off home plate, it looked like. And you know you're going pretty good when this happens. Once it hit the grass, there was no way that was going to go foul, and didn't have enough spin on it. It's actually spinning the other way, back to fair territory.
So 2 singles for Blake Swihart on the afternoon. Sends up Vasquez. He's grounded to third, 0 for 1, only 1 away.
Do they hit and run again?
Holding right here, and it is high for ball 1.
It's a combination, obviously, they did it with back in the first inning, and always a possibility they could do it again.
Decent lead for Swihart, and back in on his feet.
He took 3 throws to first base back last time up.
Vasquez hitting 193. Looking for that first home run. And Gaviglio fires with the runner holding. Off the hands, fouled out of play. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Ace Ticket, Red Sox fans' trusted source for tickets to all Red Sox games and concerts. With prices better than you think and service better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. Sox up 2-zip and the 1-1. And a pitch out. No play on there.
Well, thinking the same way was John Gibbons. You know, this is the combination. And with this type of pitcher, it's always a possibility. Becomes more of a possibility now in a 2-1 count.
Vasquez been making pretty good contact too. He's hit safely in 6 out of 7. 280 over that span. Gaping hole on the right side. Runner holds. He tried to check, and he did. Visconti, the first base umpire, said no swing. 3-1.
Take a look from the side. Good call.
A good count for Christian Vasquez. And he pops this one up. Out goes Travis, racing in Pilar, and the second baseman will grab that. Back to first is Swihart, and there are 2 gone. Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Jackie Bradley, last 9 games, including his double here today, sitting .333, 4 doubles and a triple. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. So inching up close to that Mendoza line. You know how hot he can get when he gets really rolling. He's hitting 192. He's now hit safely in 8 out of 9. Benintendi on deck. 4th consecutive game the Red Sox are playing without Mookie Betts. And yet a win today, and the Sox will sweep Toronto. Two gone. Here's the 0-1. And a ground ball into that shift. 3 men stacked on that side. Solarte sets him down, but the Red Sox get a home run and lead it 2-0. Top 6, and the Sox leading 2-0 against the Blue Jays. Granderson leading things off, and Toronto only has 1 hit and 1 base runner today against the left-hander Rodriguez, who has been superb. Pitch count is in great shape. 63. He retired the first 13 Blue Jays he faced today. He's been averaging 100 pitches per start. Shift on here for Granderson, who yanks a foul. Granderson always been a big swing and miss guy, although excellent power, and he fouls that one back. That one almost got into the radio booth. Joe Castiglione, the iconic radio voice of the Red Sox, almost made a play on it. That one is fouled away. Joe will not be traveling once again to Texas with us.
That's the second time he hasn't gone to Texas. What's the deal, Joe?
Something about a warrant, I think. Old warrant.
I don't know. There's something going on with Joe in Texas. I don't know what it is.
1-2, and can't get him to chase it. But no visits to the Lone Star State. He takes that off the list. So Dale Arnold will be at the microphone with Tim Neverett. And I guess they've got the Rocket Roger Clemens in there for a game too.
He's done that before.
Joey's getting a little broadcast work in on WEI. Granderson struck out looking first time up, and does so again on the corner, says Lane, and struck him out. Time for a game break now, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Tom, thank you. Mahle struck out first time up. Lofts that one into right field. Bradley on. Boy, a lot of fast outs today from Rodriguez, huh?
He's throwing strikes, and he's all over the strike zone, you know, and he's not in the middle of the strike zone. He's on the corners with a lot of his pitches. We've already highlighted the amount of changeups that he's featured in this game today, and a lot of easy outs.
Urshela 0 for 1. He's grounded to short. Bogaerts has been very busy out there. 2 down and right through there for strike 1.
You know, for some reason, Dave, I think even though that Joe's not going to Houston, he still will beat us at the hotel and be the first one in line to get his key.
First man at the registration.
Yeah.
It's incredible, his gift for doing that. As that one, oh, that got Lane. Second time, and he is staggered. He's going to need a little bit of help here. Second time in this game, he's just gotten drilled.
That one looked to be up around the shoulder or the chest.
First time off the leg. This one got him high.
Oh, yeah. Almost knocked the wind out of him, it looked like.
Yeah, it really did stagger him. Vasquez kind of helped him. Went to grab him immediately, and he held him up.
Yeah, he started to go down a little bit. It looks like he's okay. He's going to bounce back.
That one really stung. Count 0-2 on Urshela. Sox in front 2-0. Urshela, the first Colombian-born player ever to suit up for Toronto. Oh, 2. Six strikeouts so far for the left-hander.
It's like another changeup. Well, he's had a good one today. They've had some uncomfortable looking swings against that changeup.
Lots of strikes. 73% of his pitches in the strike zone. He hasn't walked anybody. The only hit by Kendrys Morales, a base hit in the 5th inning. He was erased as part of a double play. Strike him out, throw him out. 1-2. He keeps on battling. 1-2 on Urshela.
We are told that today he has thrown 28 changeups and 19 have been for strikes.
Wow. That is impressive, and he can come back at 93 to 95 with a fastball if he wants to.
Fastball inside.
And just missed. 93. 2-2. Hernandez on deck. The 6th inning a key for this guy. He's been close to an automatic win in his career when he gets 6 innings under his belt. Here's the 2-2.
That's really the first pitch today we've seen him overthrow. That was a fastball that he tried to get a little extra on.
Payoff pitch coming. And off the outside for ball 4. So that'll be the first walk of the contest from the lefty. And time now for the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring the 13 champions. Game number 56 that year. The Red Sox lost to the Yankees 4-1. Sabathia shutting down Boston. 1 run, 6 hits, struck out 10. Dustin Pedroia had 3 hits in the game. He's resting today. So back up to the top of the order, Teoscar Hernandez. Twice he has struck out. And moves him back for ball 1. Eduardo's last start, he got a win against Atlanta. 5 2/3, 6 hits. He struck out 7. It's 1-2 in a row. Last 3 starts at home, his ERA is 2.76. Two 2-0 on Hernandez. Pilar would be next. Cleveland beating up on the White Sox there in the 4th inning. 7-0 Indians. They're in first by 4.5 games in the Central. High fly ball left field. That's Jack deep, headed to the top of the wall, and that ball is gone. Teoscar Hernandez with a 2-run shot. He has tied up the ball game. A walk and a home run with 2 down, and it is dead even. His 8th home run of the year.
Now Rodriguez had dominated Hernandez in the first 2 at bats, striking him out with fastballs. Looks like he gets the changeup in one of the few changeups today that has stayed upstairs. And Hernandez takes it out of the ballpark over the Green Monster. He's been throwing up in that area with fastballs and striking him out, but that changeup is not where he wanted it.
So tied here in the 6th inning, and brings up Pilar, who has flied out twice, each time to right field. Hernandez, a guy who's shown power in the minor leagues, and he's doing it again at the big league level. 0-1 flared foul, nothing in 2 on Pilar.
95 on that last fastball. So velocity certainly there with the fastball.
Well, you see it oftentimes when a guy has to go to the stretch, which he did after ball 4 to the number 9 hitter, fouled back by Pilar. So the 0-2 to the talented center fielder for Toronto.
Tomorrow at 7:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC Eck and Steve will preview tomorrow's matchup between Drew Pomerantz and Lance McCullers. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Trying to end the inning. 6 strikeouts, a walk, but now 2-run homer to tie it at 2-2. The bottom of the inning, the Red Sox will have the top of the order up. Benintendi, Bogaerts, and JD Martinez. 1-2. Popped up, twisting foul out of play. Red Sox wrapping up the homestand here today. After the 4 games against the Astros on the road, Sox come back home for 6 against Detroit and Chicago. So outside the division for a while, Sox played a ton of games inside this division. They're 24-10 against the AL East. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, but Toronto ties it 2-2. A 2-run shot, 2-2 game here as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Sox will bring up the top 3, Benintendi, Bogaerts, and Martinez. Benintendi with a base hit, and he was caught stealing. Originally ruled safe, but then on review he was called out. The Red Sox also lost Jackie Bradley at home plate. Originally ruled safe. On review they overturned it. And he tags a single into center field. He is 2 for 3, really swinging the bat. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be the first. So Sox have the leadoff man on, which they have done in 3 separate innings already. First 2 times that man came around to score. Here's Bogaerts, who's 0 for 2, a grounded to third, and he has struck out. Looking to bunt, pops it up. The catcher Maile, plenty of time to get there, and he puts him away for out number 1.
I don't think that was a sacrifice attempt. I think that's something that Bogaerts was doing on his own, trying to drop a bunt down the third base line and popped it up. See Bogaerts take that step back right there. He's trying to drop it down the third base line. It may have been a sacrifice attempt. Very difficult to tell, but that would be unusual. We don't see the Red Sox do that very often at this stage of the ball game.
Sure don't. And may not again. JD is grounded out to short and struck out today. 45 RBIs, tied atop the league with Machado. Nunez homered in the 5th inning. Swihart scored in the 3rd inning. That's it against Gaviglio so far. Nice stab down there by Maile on a pitch into the dirt. Getting going to right-hander has been very tough lately. And the Toronto bullpen. Devers on deck. And a 1-0 to JD. He will not offer. 12 home runs in his last 25 games. Since the All-Star break of last year, nobody in the game has homered more often than JD Martinez. 48 home runs. No one has more RBIs than JD, 117.
And this wouldn't be a bad time to leave the yard right now.
One out and good speed at first. Oh my, high, way out of here. Jerry Remy, you called it. Number 18 for Martinez. Another crush job. He got all of it for number 18 to put the Sox back in front.
No, that was an absolute bomb. You know, he had the count in his favor, 2 balls and no strikes, and you know that JD Martinez, against this type of pitcher, is going to put the good swing on the ball. Well, did he ever? That sinker just stayed upstairs and rolled back into his power and way out of Fenway.
Our high strength steel play brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and a Chevy Silverado. Hit it a ton. Fouled away by Devers, who's gone 0 for 2 today. And Brock Holt right there for the hug. That's become their ceremony.
Probably going to do that about 50 times this year.
Certainly on that pace and then some. 434 feet, the tail of the tape. You know, he got one inside the pesky pole recently. The only one you could remotely describe as cheap that he's hit.
But those are ones you really enjoy, though. Those ones that go inside the pesky pole.
It's found money, right?
Yeah, you hit it and you know you didn't hit it all that well. All of a sudden, whoa, it's gone.
302 feet down there. Devers with 9 home runs, batting .236 for the year. Red Sox in front 4-2. They have hit 2 home runs today against the right-hander. Well, those are just majestic blasts, aren't they?
That was a moonshot during the day.
3-2 coming. This summer, Dunkin's got ice cream inspired iced coffee. All the flavors you love. Pistachio, cookie dough, butter pecan. Stop by and grab yours. What's your flavor? America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
I remember days when you used to be able to go to just get a cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
You still can, but
yeah,
there's a lot more to do. You spend a lot more time in Dunkin' these days. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 gone. Sandwiches.
Everything. You know, I go quite often in the mornings, and I always watch who's going in before me, because if there's little children involved,
you go out.
I leave, because
you check out. Yeah.
You know, they get to the front and they can't decide what they want. You know how kids are, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
well, maybe I'll take that one and maybe that one. You know, and
half hour later,
mom lets them go, and this and that. You know, and all I want is like a small dock roast. That's all I want. And
well, that's why I love the drive-through. Always do the drive-through. I almost never go in. Almost never go in.
Yeah, I like going in. I don't know what it is, but
it smells better.
Actually, the one I go to doesn't have a drive-through.
Well, that's it right there. But I always use the drive-through at Dunks. And they're always so nice to you. Nunez with a chopper to short. Solarte will glove that. In time to retire the side, but J.D. Martinez goes yard again. J.D. Martinez, high, and goodbye. 434 feet. Red Sox in front 4-2. And a mile-high pop-up on the infield by Solarte. Devers and Bogaerts. Bogaerts will take it on the grass for the out. One away here in the 7th.
Tonight at 10 p.m. on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of today's Sox game, plus highlights of the game between the Astros and Yankees. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
One away, Smoke the batter. He's grounded out twice. One time to short and one time to second. Only 2 hits for Toronto. One of them a 2-run homer by Teoscar Hernandez. The Sox come home after Houston. They take on nothing but the American League Central in Detroit, and the Chicago White Sox have barely touched that division. They're just 2-1 against the AL Central. Yankees are 10-1 against that division. The Sox have barely played it. Red Sox are 8-5 against the West, 4-1 against the National League, and as mentioned, 24-10 against the American League East. Victory today would put the Sox at 20-8 at home. And Red Sox have been an outstanding road club. Here comes the 1-2. Rodriguez eyeing the strikeout here, which would be his 8th. Two. Tried the corner, but he came up empty. So he is at 95 pitches. Red Sox are getting activity in the bullpen for the first time. Matt Barnes is throwing. Here's the 3-2 to Smoke. Morales on deck. It's just the third time in Red Sox history they've won 38 or more out of their first 55 games. Also did it in 1946 and in 2002. Payoff pitch. And a line drive softly hit, but that'll dunk down into left center. And Smoke is on. That is just their 3rd hit today against Rodriguez. CVS Health investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. Visit cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Morales has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. DH with 1 career home run against Rodriguez. In there for a strike. Rodriguez pitching line brought to you by Ace Tickets. 6 1/3, 99 pitches. He's been averaging 100. 7 Ks, the 1 walk, which was last inning. Popped him up. Bogarts looking up into the sun, and Xander plenty of time to get under. 2 down.
Looks like Alex Cora is going to come out right about at that 100 pitch mark right now, and we'll see if that's going to be the afternoon for Rodriguez.
Outstanding effort if he is in fact done as of right now, allowing only 3 hits. It's a pat on the head, and out he comes, and he's going to get a really nice ovation, deserving of one too. In line for his 6th victory of the year. If he gets the win, he will improve to 6-1, and the Red Sox will be 10-1 when he starts.
That was a great afternoon for Rodriguez.
So Barnes coming on with a runner at first base. He'll inherit, and Travis will be the hitter.
with a fastball there. Mixing his pitches up. Fastball again, Hernandez. Strike him out, throw him out. Cut fastball. You know, he had a great changeup today, but most of the strikeouts coming on off-speed, on fastballs or cut fastballs.
BioFreeze, pain relief that works. Eduardo's 4th quality start, and the team's 33rd today.
I mean, you know, he basically made one mistake all day long, and it was hit for a home run by Teoscar Hernandez. It was a changeup that stayed upstairs, the only one all day that stayed upstairs.
Boy, he got out of the gate in such good fashion today. Set down the first 13 men he faced.
It's going to be a great feeling for a pitcher to go out there and feel it right from the get-go.
You pointed out the changeup has been dynamite, was dynamite all afternoon long, and he can do that. He can hit 97 on the radar gun. We saw that over and over in New York. He can be pretty much 2 different pitchers.
Yep.
And sometimes 3. And that breaking ball is really cooking. Very impressive outing. And it gives way to Barnes now. We'll take on Devin Travis, who has flied out and struck out today. Just 3 hits off the left-hander all afternoon. So Matt Barnes for the 23rd time. He's been really good at 2.49 ERA. We've seen him mix in a splitter this year. Highly effective pitch. 2 down. And he drops in the curveball for strike 1. Last game of his series, the Red Sox have been almost unbeatable. They're 14-3 in series finales. And today trying to sweep Toronto. Smoke on with 2 away. Hot shot. That's a fair ball off Swihart. That's going to roll into foul ground. Smoke is headed for third as he scurries to pick it up. Runners will be on at first and third. Swihart could not make the play on a fair ball.
That ball right down the line, hit very hard by Travis and off the glove of Swihart. See Swihart bouncing off the bag, and you know that's one with more experience. He makes the play on that. It's bouncing off the bag, then coming back to the baseball on the line. It was one hop.
So first and third, 2 gone. Granderson now. He struck out twice. He checks his swing and it dips down low for ball 1.
Red Sox again in that shift with Granderson at the plate. They've been there all afternoon against him.
Base hit and an error on the first baseman. And Barnes with a 1-0. High fly center field, driving back Benintendi, but plenty of room out there. Shy of the triangle. He's got it for out number 3.
video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Red Sox Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by your New England Audi dealers. Get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted. 67 degrees, lots of sunshine here at Fenway, and the Sox in front 4-2 on Toronto. Going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Sunwon Oh, the right-hander from South Korea, to make an appearance. He's been tough too, at 2.22 ERA. Pitched the last couple of seasons with the St. Louis Cardinals.
He's allowed just 4 hits in his last 14 games.
Brock Holt today 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Sox have a pair of home runs, Nunez and J.D. Martinez, who hit one about to the mass pipe in his 18 home runs. So on yet another day without Mookie Betts, and the Red Sox hope to get Mookie back in there against the Astros in Game 1 tomorrow. Red Sox are doing enough scoring, a cut and a miss, to make it 2-2 on Brock. And 2-2. Poke foul. So as of right now, J.D. Martinez tied with Mike Trout for the Major League home run lead at 18. Mookie Betts with 17. Mookie's still leading the majors in batting average and in runs scored and in total bases and slugging percentage, and it goes on and on. Although Trout's been moving up in a lot of those, and so has J.D. Martinez. Blake Swihart on deck, 2 for 2 day. And a 3-2 to Holt. Down the left field line, that'll twist and move off into the seats. Red Sox leading 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Sam Gaviglio did not pitch badly through 6 innings.
I agree. I thought that was a pretty good start for him. Real good start.
7 hits. Got burned by the homers. 3-2. And ball 4. Brock Holt working a walk. Let's go down to Jemai.
Well, Dave, as Blake Swihart gets ready to step into the plate, he's had various roles with this team throughout the year, but after the Hanley Ramirez transaction, Alex Cora said he would have a much bigger role. He's already played first base twice this season before, but this was his first career start at the position, and he said he worked with Carlos Fabulous taking grounders, also picked the brain of Mitch Moreland, who has a gold glove at the position. Mitch Moreland told me that it's not an easy job to have, but Swihart's athleticism would prove good for him at the position. Swihart also came in batting 139, looking to up that average here. And Dave, I tried to actually call you before the game to tell you about the Swihart news, but some reason I couldn't get through. I don't know what happened.
Thanks a lot for that. All right. So what happened was
Panic.
Absolute panic. You know what it's like to lose your phone these days for even like 5 minutes? And I'm embarrassed to admit it, that I feel that way because I grew up in an era without cell phones. But I left my car at the airport because, as you and I are coming back home early from Houston, got in a cab to come to Fenway this morning. And guess where I left my darn cell phone?
In the cab.
In the cab. And the cabbie was kind enough to run it back, but I got like 19 messages on that thing, naturally. And nothing really important, especially
Wait a minute,
Jemai's call.
You know 19 people?
Like,
it's amazing.
I was shocked. You're surprised. I was shocked. But it's the worst feeling in the world to lose your cell phone for like a half an hour. And it's ridiculous. You know, I'm a grown man. I should be able to get through that and not, you know, like you said, I was panicked, right?
It's a helpless feeling. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you're getting ready to go on a road trip.
Yeah.
You have no phone.
Nothing. And, you know, there's more stuff in there than just, you know, phone calls and contacts now. You've got credit card information in there and all sorts of stuff. Cab driver was awfully kind to return it right back to Fenway. And that will be in there for strike 3 on Blake Swihart. So man at first and 1 down. This timeless moment is brought to you by Coors Banquet. 21 years ago today, 1997, Mo Vaughn hit 3 home runs against 3 different Yankee pitchers into all parts of Fenway. Truly a momentous occasion.
The hit dog.
Serious power. Vasquez has gone 0 for 2. He has grounded out and popped up. Red Sox leading at 4-2 in the 7th. Jackie Bradley on deck. Crowd today soaking up the sunshine on a very comfortable day at the ballpark. Lots of kids here today out in the bleachers. Red Sox thinking about a sweep here against Toronto. Here comes the 0-2. I didn't have my phone for a long time, but you know what people are walking up and handing me like about 5 every day? Pens.
All you got to do is say it on TV and you receive.
It's incredible. That's why I tossed out Lamborghini the other day, but I'm still waiting on that. Maybe that takes a couple extra days.
Well, that's they have to ship that.
It's on the way then. But the pens, I mean. You said it the other day. You know, I like a lot of pens. I steal them from the finest hotels in America. Got a lifetime supply, but I'm getting more. I thank you for all of those.
Well, you'll add 10 of them this weekend.
1, 2. And a cut and a miss. Vasquez retired. So 2 down. Jackie Bradley will climb in next. He has an RBI double today.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC, Wake, and Steve will break down the key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Eduardo Rodriguez and Alex Cora. Who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery. I love same-day delivery. I just love it.
Nothing better.
You know, you get your mind, you want to buy something, and you want it right away.
You do. And today you can get that stuff. There's a base hit into left field, and Jackie Bradley continues to hit the ball hard. His second hit today. He's 2 for 3.
Well, this is nice to see. You know, Jackie once again going the other way for a base hit against the shift, and quickly hits it by down the left side on the left side of the field for the base hit. Second time he's going in that direction. A 2 for 3 afternoon for Bradley. Looks like to me he's back on time. Nice compact swing right there. A lot of movement that was in that swing has been taken out.
Consistently going the other way.
Yes.
So the Red Sox with an opportunity to add on to a 4-2 lead. Benintendi is moving in on a .300 average. He is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and a run scored. Bogart's on deck. Red Sox with 8 hits to the Blue Jays 3. Tepera, who's been really good for them, warming in the bullpen. And a high pop into left field, driving back Granderson. And there to make the play and retire the side for Boston. lines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. Mitch Moreland will enter now. He'll take over at first base for Swihart. Blake had a couple of hits. So for defensive purposes, the Gold Glover in there. 4-2 Boston lead going to the 8th. And Barnes into his second inning of relief after Eduardo Rodriguez pitched to Dandy for 6 2/3. Another strong effort for the left-hander, who can go to 6-1. Maile has whiffed and flied to right. He's 0 for 2. With a win, the Sox would improve to 39-17. Best record in Major League Baseball. The Astros are playing tonight against the Yankees. That one tagged to right field. Bradley back, battling the sun a bit on the back pedal. He's got it. One down. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity now, and how we got to 4-2 here in the 8th inning. Rodriguez 6 2/3, just 3 hits, 2 runs. He punched out 7 home runs by Nunez and Martinez, and Jackie Bradley's had another good day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a double. Benintendi also with a couple of hits, as did Blake Swihart. Urshela has grounded out, walked, and scored. He was on when Hernandez hit a 2-run home in the 6th inning and tied it for a while. Nothing in 2. Sox bullpen has been oh so effective. Serious stretch here. Joe Kelly with another outstanding effort last night. He's allowed 1 run in 24 outings. Got to be looking at Joe Kelly as an early All-Star candidate. One, 2. All the way to the backstop. Red Sox came into the day leading the major leagues in runs scored now. They've overtaken the Yankees in that category. They lead the majors in batting average, doubles, and extra base hits anyway. 2-2. And he got him looking. He struck him out.
Boy, 97-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees right there by Barnes. Nasty.
You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Hernandez with a home run in the 6th. Before that, he struck out twice. We are in the 8th. '96, and he dotted it on the corner.
Pedroia with the day off after playing last night. We'll be back in there, I'm sure, tomorrow night in Houston.
Really looking forward to that series. I think the Red Sox organization and the Houston organization, they both are too. It's a great measuring stick for both. Into the early days of June. A lot of talent on that diamond in the coming 4 days. Astros have to finish up with the Yankees tonight, and then they're gonna make a long flight into the wee hours of the morning back to Texas. Swing and a miss.
That's 3 outs, fellas.
That is 3, gentlemen, as Hernandez fans for the 3rd time today.
Red Sox alert, you mean?
Don't miss a game, especially when the Sox hit the road. You can import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes before the game. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import it. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball. Sox in front 4-2, bottom half of the 8th inning. Bogaerts, Martinez, and Devers here against Ryan Tepera. Xander on today, hitless. He's 0 for 3. JD Martinez certainly is not hitless. A monster home run, 2-run shot in 6th inning, his 18th. And he is on deck. Stroked into left, and that one a wicked shot against the wall. That's going to be a long single for Xander Bogaerts.
Just to give you an idea how hard that ball was hit, it was back in the glove of Granderson before Bogaerts even got to first base. A line shot off that left field wall. Watch Bogaerts running to first base, and I mean, this ball just bounces off the wall right back to Granderson, and no chance to go for 2 on that. You think it's going to be a double, and you look up. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So 3-game hitting streak for Bogaerts. Brings up Martinez, who's 1 for 3 with the home run, which traveled 434 in the 6th inning. Red Sox hitting some absolute shots. Xander Bogaerts' home run last night went 433. Oh, 0-2 to count. Last half of the 8th, Sox about hit Toronto 9-3. Once again, Red Sox getting an outstanding combination of pitching, hitting, power as they close in on a sweep here. Here's the 0-2.
Take a look at the home run back in the 6th inning. Gets a fastball middle in and takes it way over the monster and the monster seats. Rattling around in a parking lot somewhere right now.
Red Sox went 19-6 in the month of April. A win today would be their 18th in May, with one more coming. First game in Houston. Here's the 1-2. Drew Pomeranz against Lance McCullers in game 1 at 8:10 tomorrow night. Chris Sale will go Friday, David Price on Saturday, Rick Porcello on Sunday. Monday will be an off day. Red Sox will have earned that in a big way. They're in the midst of a stretch of playing 52 games in 55 days. 1-2. All even up now on JD Martinez. Devers on deck looking for his first hit today. Nobody out. Bogaerts leading at first base, not running. Big time jam job. Tepera pounces on that, and he throws it into center field. It's backed up. Everyone's going to be safe at first and second.
That's a mistake there by Tepera. He had, the best chance opportunity. I understand it's a 2-run game, but you got to get an out, and the out was at first base, not at second. Just a little tap, as you can see back there, got jammed and decides to go to second base, but not a good throw, certainly to the shortstop side, and the Red Sox catch a break there.
Fielder's choice in an E1. So 2 on and nobody out for Devers, who's struck out twice and grounded back to the pitcher. trying to run his hitting streak to 4 in a row. He's bunting and he fouls it away.
Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
One strike on Devers. Batting cleanup today. And the 0-1 from Tepera. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly in effect on this, and Solardi will make the catch for the first out in the inning. Did you miss the alumni game on Sunday night? Watch a special encore presentation tonight on NESN. All your favorite Red Sox legends, including Pedro and Wade Boggs, on the diamond at Fenway. First alumni game in 25 years. You can catch a special encore presentation of the Red Sox alumni game tonight at 7. Nunez, the batter, 1 for 3 with a home run, which led off the 5th inning. Just as Jemai was interviewing the Nuns here on Nun Day at Fenway. So he's hit 4 of them. JD Martinez now at 18. He's the runner at first, with Bogaerts at second here in the bottom of the 8th. And through there for a strike at 96. Brian Johnson along with Craig Kimbrell loosening in the bullpen. And the 0-1. That's a strike.
Tough pitch right there. But you know, all day long Jerry Lane's had a pretty big strike zone, and it's been big for both teams. First pitch definitely a strike. That one very close. But he's been calling strikes.
He's also gotten drilled twice. 0-2. Poked over first. That'll drop down and shallow right for a base hit. Bogaerts is in to score. Martinez into third as the throw comes in and the Red Sox extend the lead. Just a little flare, but Nunez will take it. His second RBI today.
I tell you, isn't that a beautiful thing? I mean, you couldn't run out there and place the ball any better than that. It's amazing to me how much coverage he has at the plate. That ball is about 6 inches outside, and he's able to reach out. I mean, the bottom half of his body is gone, but the upper half somehow stays in there, and he's able to poke that ball to the opposite field for the double.
'13th double of the season.
Is that a good afternoon? The home run double.
2 RBIs. And the batter will be Brock Holt, who is grounded out, flied out, taking ball 4. Sox in front now 5-2. With the infield in. And 2 men in scoring position. And Red Sox can really put this game on ice with a hit from Brock Holt. And a 1-0 from Tepera. Five runs, 10 hits for Boston, 2 runs, 3 hits for Toronto. Everybody on the infield leaning in. And I hope we'll get a time here from Jerry Lane. And a 2-0. That's a strike. A little something extra. As you said, it's been a big plate.
Consistently big.
Moreland on deck. He has not hit yet today. Came on for Swihart defensively at first base. Martinez at third, Nunez at second, a 2-1. So a good count here for Brock. Three and one. He's hitting .321 with 1 home run. That's a strike. 3-2.
Right at the top of the strike zone. Pitch number 5. Running that count full.
Base hit could mean 2 more runs. And a payoff pitch now from the right-hander will not be made as he'll step out.
Base hit here and 2 more runs, and that would put Kimbrel back on the bench out there in the bullpen, and you'd probably see Johnson in the 9th inning.
Kimbrel was used last night, picked up his 17th save. Got the final 2 outs, stranding the bases loaded, and now Mahle would like a word with Tepera. Petrichka now about to start warming up in their pen. Toronto 13 games behind the Red Sox in the division. Sox would go to 7-2 against the Blue Jays for the year with a win. And now finally the 3-2 coming. Nobody there on the left side. It's through for a base hit. Martinez in to score. Nunez down to third. Well, the Red Sox are finding some open spaces in this inning and now lead it 6-2.
Yeah, the last couple of balls haven't exactly been crushed, but they've been effective. Certainly the one by Nunez, a double, a drive, and a run. Now it's always great to hit with the infield in. You get opportunities like this. Just tap a ball with the infield in. There's absolutely nothing they can do about it. Wide open hole over there as they're in a mini shift.
Brock Holt with the RBI. First and third, still only 1 away. And now Moreland hits for the first time. Since he began the year 0 for 12, he's hitting .348. And 9 of his last 11 hits have gone for extra bases. 0-1. So now Kimbrel has taken a seat. At the moment, it is no longer a save opportunity. And Johnson throwing by himself. Moreland 1 for 4 against this right-hander in his career. 3 hits and an error in the inning. 0-1. Lofted foul. Moreland actually drove in a game-winning run with a double last night. 5 times he's done that this season, a game-winning RBI. And he has hit in 7 in a row. And Tepera from the set. Here's the 0-2. He struck him out. 2 gone. So Sox with a couple of runs across, would love a couple of more here, leading 6-2 with Vasquez to hit. He's gone 0 for 3 today. A ground to third, popped to second, and he has struck out.
It may not be a bad idea to send Brock Holt at first base. Tepera takes a long time to get rid of the baseball and take a chance and see if they throw through. Not sure they would, being down by 4 runs.
Line foul. He turned on it, but ripped it foul for strike 1. As mentioned, Pomeranz on the bump against Houston tomorrow, and Lance McCullers 0-2. He has a pretty good history against Houston. Last year 1-0 against them in 2 starts with a 1.46 ERA. If he can return to that form. Nunez on at third. Brock Holt at first base with 2 down, and the 0-2 coming to Christian Vasquez. Holt taken off. It's high and tight. Throw down. He's going to be safe, and holding at third, Nunez. So indeed, he was off to the races.
Now it's kind of a gimme right there, because Tepera takes so long to get rid of the baseball, and you hope for a throw through that maybe gets by and gets a run home. Red Sox not attempting a double steal in that situation. Infield is deep with 2 outs, as you can see, but the throw almost got by.
So third stolen base for Brock Holt, second and third. And a 1-2 to Vasquez. He struck him out. Red Sox will settle for the 2 and now lead it 6-2 going to the 9th.
Tomorrow, the Red Sox face
Benintendi Splash Bobblehead Night at Fenway. First 10,000 fans receive a Benintendi bobblehead, the first in a series of Splash Bobbles this season, presented by Coca-Cola. For tickets and more info, just visit redsox.com/promos. 9th inning, Red Sox up by 4. 6-2 lead here. Brian Johnson about to face Pilar, Solarte, and Smoke. First pitch swinging, and he tags a base hit to center. Benintendi had a lunge to cut it, and Pilar is quickly aboard.
Didn't wait around very long. Down by 4 runs. Jumped on that first fastball from Johnson for the base hit. So first for the Pilar on the day.
Solarte next. He's 0 for 3. 11 home runs for him. He's driven in 37. So man on and nobody out. Cleveland beating up on the White Sox today. They're in the 7th inning, 9-0, the Indians. And the 0-1 down the line. That's going to keep on cruising up against the wall. Pilar rounds. He's into third and will pull up there. Solarte with a solid single, so back-to-back hits.
Well, that's going to get Kimbrel back up in the bullpen again now. They hope for an easy inning from Johnson and not have to use Kimbrel in this game. You know, save him, give him a day off, and save him to keep him busy over the weekend.
That's similar to what happened last night when he had to come on.
Exactly right.
With the bases loaded and pin down the save. So Pilar and Solarte, and here comes the manager, Alex Cora, quickly out of the dugout. And with smoke coming up, he'll take no chances. So that's all for the lefty. Kimbrel all heated up and ready to enter the fray here. The Red Sox leading 6-2. So last night it got a little bit too dramatic for the Red Sox taste before he got the save, number 17.
It didn't take him, only took him a couple of pitches to get ready. He had been up throwing in the top of the inning, and then when the extra runs were added on by the Red Sox, he sat back down, but obviously didn't take him long to get ready this time.
Craig last night, 2/3 of an inning, 11 pitches. His 25th appearance of the year. And among American League relievers, he is number 2 in saves with 17. And 5th in strikeouts per 9. 8th in opponent's batting average, hitting just 167 against him. We were talking about the alumni game earlier, and you can watch the ball game tonight if you missed it the first time, and listen in too.
I told you, if you throw out there the pitch, I'll hit.
Go out and throw one pitch for him. Come on.
My God, man. Only thing about Louis, if he goes out there and pitch and he does that turnaround, he may continue going out to center field.
I got a bad back, man.
You got a bad back, you can't pitch? And if he won't pitch, you won't hit?
He also got a bad wallet.
All right, that's it. We've got some complete chaos on this.
And it goes on and on like that. Has been for a long time.
Yeah, it'll be a good watch tonight for you.
So Kimbrel finishing up his warm-up tosses here. Smoke will be the batter. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Red Sox trying to sweep this Toronto Blue Jay club and then move on to Houston with a 39-17 record. But we'll have to pin down the win to do that. Sox would then win 9 of their last 10 if this one goes into the win column. Smoke in his career head-to-head with Kimbrel does have a home run. He's 2 for 7. On the day, 1 for 3 with a base hit in 7th inning. So back-to-back singles, men on the corners now for Toronto. Go back to the start of last year. The Red Sox have really had their way with the Blue Jays. They're 19-8 against them. So Smoke digging in on the left side. 8 home runs for him. And he can hit it out of any park. Pilar is way down that line at third. No one near him. No one in the same area.
Yeah, he can get even more if he wants.
Yeah, he can get
Red Sox in the shift.
Keep on coming almost to the batting circle. And that'll miss for ball 1. Starts him off with a curveball. Solarte, the runner at first. And the 1-0. Boy, he takes a vicious hack. 1-1. Eduardo Rodriguez went 6 2/3 today. He's in line for the victory. He allowed just 2 runs, 3 hits. Outstanding effort. One coming. 1-2.
Had a good swing at his fastball, so he comes right back to the curveball to get the swing and miss.
Kimbrel with 308 career saves. He is right now trailing Goose Gossage on the all-time list. He had 310. Here's the 1-2. Even up on Smoke. Right now he is 2 behind Derek Lowe for the Red Sox all-time saves list. Kimbrel with 83 with Boston. And the 2-2. And apparently missed, according to Jerry Lane. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, I think Jerry Lane knows he missed that call. I mean, this has been a strike all day long, and this is well within the strike zone right there. Kimbrel can't believe it.
That's the most reaction you'll ever get from him.
Yeah, you just get kind of a stare, a little bit of a stare. Doesn't say much, hardly anything at all.
(3-2). And he walks him. That's going to load up the bases here for Toronto. So second night in a row late in the game they load him up. 2 singles and a ball 4. And a guy who can be very dangerous now, Kendrys Morales. Certainly a home run threat. So did not get the strike on Smoke. He winds up walking him. Morales today 1 for 3 with a base hit. That was back in the 5th inning. He's hit 4 home runs this season. So once again a little bit of late drama. Pilar at third, Solarte at second, Smoke on at first. And nobody out. Top of the 9th. And ball 1. Does have 1 career home run against Kimbrel. And a 1-0 to Morales. Tagged into right field. On the move, Bradley is going to keep on rolling. Pilar is in. Solarte is in. Smoke down to third. Into second base is Morales with a 2-run double. And here in the 9th inning, it has tightened up.
Very, very quickly. Morales jumps on the fastball. He saw 2 pitches in that particular at bat. A curveball will start him off, and then the fastball, and pulls that fastball right down that right field corner. Just a 2-pitch at bat. First pitch, not a strike, a breaking ball down in the dirt. Then he comes with the fastball. Morales all over it.
So Morales will exit. Smith Jr. will run for him, representing the tying run all of a sudden down there at second base. And Travis will climb in. He is 0 for 3. Nobody out. Second and third. 6-4. Trying to hold up, and a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Potential tying run out there at second base. Infielder's going to dive, knock anything on the ground down. Try not to let it get to the outfield.
And the 0-1 coming. Well, the two men who just scored charged to Brian Johnson. The base hits by Pilar and Solarte. They both touch home plate. After that, a walk and a double at the hand of Craig Kimbrel. Now trying to get out of it. Nobody out. And the 1-1 coming. 98, but up high. Felt pretty darn comfortable at 6-2. No longer. Granderson on deck. Two-1. Ground ball to third. The runner will hold at third base. Devers will gun and get him. One man gone in the ninth.
Yeah, even though the infield was back, no sense in sending that runner at third base. You're still down by a couple. You don't want to have that man thrown out at home plate. Even though that Devers was back, they still hold the runner. Devers to first base to get the first out of the inning. Dangerous guy coming up right now, Granderson.
Yeah, he's had a nose for the big hit in his career. 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts. He's also fly to center. So they lead at second and third with 1 away. In there for strike 1. Starts him with a curveball. 1 for 7, but the 1 is a home run against the Red Sox closer. Loop, the lefty, in their pen. And a 1-strike pitch. Three hits and a walk and a rally here for Toronto in the 9th inning. With Maile to hit next. Hit a dramatic home run to beat the Red Sox in extra innings in Toronto. He thought about it.
Another close pitch. You know, it's been a pretty big zone all day. And that breaking ball looked to be maybe at the bottom of the strike zone, but not called a strike.
2-1.
It's tightened up a little bit on Kimbrel.
That one ate him up. Back to the breaking ball. Big curve, and now 2-2.
Yeah, Granderson was not expecting a curveball in that situation. He thought he was going to get fastball, and he well geared up for that.
Really nice stop back there by Vasquez.
Saved the run.
Two and 2. Thinking K.
.99 with that last fastball from Kimbrel. Outside part of the plate, but fouled off by Granderson.
April 24th against Kimbrel. Granderson in the box. He can do that. Walk-off shot. Here's the 2-2. Foul tipped and held for strike 3. Vasquez gripping that, and that is out number 2.
I think Kimbrel forgot about that home run he hit on a fastball. A lot of breaking balls that time to Granderson. Keeps it away from him on this one, and no contact.
So 2 down. Maile has gone hitless in this one. A strikeout, 2 flies to right. 0 for 3. They lead at second and third. Up the middle, but there's Bracco with a stab, and the Red Sox win it. 6-4 the final score, and they sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. Some added drama in the end. But the Red Sox with all sorts of momentum heading on to Houston, TC with a record of 39-17.